Good morning, beautiful Sagittarians. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And once again, today I have a song in my head, and just gotta bear with my spirit guides, Saggies, because they do the strangest things. I get a song in my head that stays there until I reveal it. And today's song is Mr. Roboto by Styx. This is a story about being exposed, mask being revealed, who's the person behind the mask. And I was inspired to read the lyrics of that song. It's amazing. It's about a robot who actually believed he was human. And a lot of these divine masculines, that's what they're doing. The partners that are in Sagittarian's life, male or female, they're busy working. They put up these facades and these false masks because they don't want to reveal who they truly are inside, that they're human, that they're emotional, that they may have a thick layer on the outside, and it's their way of maintaining control of their own emotions. The great reveal, unmasking who they are inside, and they don't want to feel vulnerable and show you who they are, Sagittarius. It's an amazing song, and it was inspiring my read today. So let's see if indeed Spirit wants to go down that road and reveal the person behind the mask. Let's just see where this is going to go, Sag. I might even scrap this video, but we'll see. What does Spirit want to tell Sag? Yeah, they're conflicted. The Five of Swords. Putting on facades, a fake front. They aren't who they appear to be. Like, they might have cut you off. They might have mentally conflicted you, Sag, because they didn't want to reveal who they really were. What's going on with this? Yeah. They truly want to come and sweep you off your feet. The Knight of Cups, he's got it all prepared out, he or she. They know that you're abundant and self-assured. You don't really need this person, this individual. You're quite comfortable on your own, Sag. But there's a Tower coming. Now, I'm going to see where this fits in. Past betrayal. Yes. And they focus in on their work. A lot of these individuals hide behind their work. Let's see where this is going. But there's a truth going to be revealed here. This is justice. Some kind of truth is coming forward. This person is sad and remorseful. They see you as so beautiful, Sag, as male or female energy. They hide behind their work. They hide behind a mask. They see you as beautiful. They want to come and sweep you off your feet. They see that you're outgoing and you're quite often the life of the party. You're intuitive, passionate. Let's see. What's going on about this person behind the mask, Spirit? It's about presenting an offer, a stable offer, but it's very slow. It's to do with partnerships and alliances. The Wheel of Fortune being here, they're wanting a new cycle. and hoping that the Wheel of Fortune is in their favor. Seven of Wands, they know you're defensive. And it was to do with a choice and secrets and hiding behind fear. They were afraid. They want to come out of hermit mode. This is your soulmate. These are not for every Sagittarian. Now I'm going to say again, people get mad when they come to the channel and they don't hear their story. If it isn't your story, it simply isn't your story. This particular story is for a soulmate. This is to do with a soulmate that you may have split up with. The reason why, what was behind the mask, the great reveal, like, and it was fear. There's distance between you. But this is also waiting for their ships to come in. And perhaps they see that their ship did come in with Sagittarius. Let's see. Fast forward movement. Travel. Indecisiveness. That's why they were so indecisive about this equal give and take reciprocity. They see you as their Ten of Cups, and they want to present you an offer and take a leap forward. What's this going on? What's this reveal? Yes, they're going to take action. They're gathering their strength and courage. They didn't want to be vulnerable, Sagittarius. They didn't want you. That's their form of maintaining their own control. Because once the mask falls off and you see how vulnerable you really are, if you were to open your heart, it's fear. They're afraid of being vulnerable. It was nothing you did, Sag. Just know that. Yeah. They're afraid of rejection. They see you as the Empress, Sagittarius. They know you're nurturing. Perhaps you were their nurturer. What's this? Yep. Stability, long-term stability. What's going on with this mask, Spirit? Why did you put that on my heart to reveal? Well, the truth is that they're watching you, and they see you as their star, and perhaps they're hanging on to you energetically. You somehow have healing abilities, Sagittarius, that they think that you can heal this because you're the Empress energy, the nurturer. Wow. They've been deeply wounded. They've got their walls up, and that's the mask. That's the person behind the mask. They're vulnerable. They're afraid to be vulnerable. What's going on here with the mask, Spirit? Yeah, that's why they were should I, shouldn't I, will I, won't I, juggling back and forth because they're hiding their love. Yes, and the Four of Swords, a lot of cases it was easier to break up, to distance themselves than to face the individual behind the mask, face their vulnerable side, face their fears, fear of showing emotion. Domo irigato, Mr. Roboto. Busy work, focusing in on work like a robot so they don't have to feel or think. And it's so you know, all you know, that's Japanese for thank you. Thank you very much, because they were hiding behind their work, hiding behind other things, so they didn't have to reveal their emotions. It was easier for them to have a breakup or a split up than to expose themselves, their vulnerability. Wow. But they're still attached. Even though you're broke up, they're still attached. Wow. And they were thankful that they could bury themselves in work. Some of these people have been like that for years and years and years. They don't see, they don't feel, they don't want to know, they just bury themselves in work. But somehow these masks are falling off. That's why they're holding on to you with their heart chakra, because you were the nurturer, Sag. You're the empath. You're the one that loved them unconditionally. You're the one that showed them that it was safe to love, but they couldn't bring themselves to be vulnerable. It's like they know you're loyal, they know you're stable, but they're trapped in their own mind, in their own fears. They're trapped in their own illusions. That's the mask. They're just like, don't want to feel, don't want to know. Wow. So this particular Sagittarian had to cut this individual off because they want the truth. They want vulnerability. And this person could only offer them this small page pentacle, like small. And this was all to learn lessons. Wow. Higher level of learning. Yeah, the world appearing, cycles. And it also is that they distance themselves and they don't expose their feelings, but yet they keep coming around, repeating these cycles until they learn. Yeah, they're trapped in their own fear. They're trapped in their own remorse, their guilt. They're trapped in their own pain. They're trapped, sleepless nights, high anxiety, high stress. A lot of sadness. And that's a heavy energy. They're trapped in their own, yeah. They want to come and speak their truth to Sag. What's going on with this? They want things to transform. Temperance being here. Patience being asked of Sag. This is also weighing out the scales of justice. What's going on? Yep, judgment. Some of them want to, it's reconciliation, it's making judgment calls, it's also asking, this individual might be asking Sagittarian to not judge them, understanding and patience. Hangman in reverse. Wow, no longer in limbo. There's an unveiling going to happen with some of these individuals. They're getting unstuck. They're transforming. They don't want to be in limbo. They don't want to be trapped in this fear, in their mental, it's like a mental prison that they trap themselves into. They're so afraid of being vulnerable and losing control of being who they are. Somehow, it's like being trapped in a mental prison of fear and anxiety, and Spirit will keep poking at them and poking at them until they reveal that they are indeed human. They're not a robot, and they can't hide behind substances and work and other people as a diversion and other things as a diversion. The mask will fall off, and for a lot of these individuals, that's the mask falling off, the reveal, revealing who is the individual, the human who feels and thinks, who's behind that mask. Wow. I've got a secret that I've been hiding. It's under my skin. I'm just a man whose circumstances went beyond his control. We all need control. They tried to keep control of their emotions and their vulnerability, and they ended up falling into traps because they didn't want to face their vulnerability. I've got a secret that I've been hiding that they actually love. There's love behind the mask. Sagittarian, a lot of you are going to have to be faced with whether you should forgive this person or not. Understanding that they messed up and they did some serious messing up. Spilling cups wherever they went, heartbreakers. A lot of them were cheaters, liars, deceptors, because they didn't want to face that they were actually vulnerable humans that truly wanted love. They have this rough exterior, pretended to be somebody who they weren't, but underneath the mask they're human and they love. Wow. That's why they hurt you, Sag. They didn't intend to hurt you. They were afraid to love you because they didn't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to be lonely anymore. That's in reverse. And they don't want to be mentally conflicted anymore. That's the mask. They're like in a mental jail. A lot of these masculines, male or female energy, take it as it resonates. There's going to be a great reveal. That's why I've been picking up so heavily on these divine unions, because these are individuals that have been afraid to love, and they trap themselves in these mental prisons. They're too afraid to show who they truly were, and what's behind the mask is love. They love deeply. You breathe me in, I breathe you in type of love. They want to make you a gesture, a friendly gesture, because they love you. Wow. You're their joy. They're your happiness. And they're heartbroken. And I know they broke your heart. They're the heartbreakers, guys. So it will be an individual choice. Some of these individuals are dropping their mask and they're going to be vulnerable. You'll know who in your situation. It will not resonate with everybody, but that message needed to come out today. It's the year where divine unions are getting put back together. Karmic scales of justice are balancing out, and a lot of revealing. Wow. What about this reveal, Spirit? It's why they broke your heart. It was easier to break your heart than to reveal. Yeah, wake up call here. It was easier to break your heart than to reveal their vulnerability to you. Yeah, they're in some heavy energy. The Grove. They're in the dark. They've been hiding who they are. High Priestess of Fire. Passion. Lots of passion. It's karma. A lot of karma cards here. Yep. Expect a message. Dear Sagittarius, somebody's on fire for you. And they're going to tell you that this is complicated. And in a lot of situations where they was forbidden. They weren't supposed to go there. And the warrior appears. That is the wounded warrior. Wherever they've been, they got wounded. And it is complicated. Yes, it's going to require a lot of understanding if you want to make this union work. Some of you will choose not to, and some of you will choose to. But that is the individual behind the mask, male or female. That's why they broke your heart. Because they were afraid to be vulnerable. They figured, well, maybe they were hurt deeply, but that was their strategy anyway. Fight or flight, they chose flight, and they got wounded anyway. Messages about this mask. Yep. The Fire Prince, optimism and aggression. Now this is this is a prince energy. They're optimistic, and they may come in like aggressively because they're on fire. This is fire energy, and I'm just trying to pick up on this energy. They may have adapted this in their youth, this energy, this hiding of who they were when they were young, and that may be what changed who they were intended to be. The Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. Yeah, where they were, where there was a lot of manipulation and insecurity, and perhaps this is what this converted into, this optimism. When they were in their youth, they adapted this energy because it was self-protection, and they learned to gain knowledge from, they were wounded somehow, and they adapted like their ego or this mask at that time. They gained knowledge about why they've been so insecure and manipulative. They've used a lot of manipulation, and they're gaining some type of knowledge of why they've been so insecure and manipulative. Well, they had a mask on. It was self-defense, yes. They learned to discipline themselves, to not be vulnerable, to put on this armor and put up boundaries so people couldn't get to their emotions. Wow, powerful read. It's the metal king. They got this armor all over them, and they've learned to discipline themselves to not be vulnerable. They've been deeply wounded, and that's why they had this armor on, to set up boundaries to, and wouldn't allow Sagittarians in. Wow, powerful read, Spirit. This is your read, Saggy. I hope this helps some of you out today, because I know it will.